my name is Bunny and welcome back to my video. As we know from my journal ecosystem video, I have quite a few journals, but I may have purchased a few more when they were on sale because I am just a girl. What can I say? And so I wanted to figure out ways to fill those journals, and so I was thinking of ways in my brain dump journal of how to fill them up, and I decided to organize those thoughts and make it into a video for you guys. So here I am with 65 different ideas of how to fill your empty journals. So without further ado, let's go. Number 1, a diary. A perfect place to fill with all of your thoughts and emotions and feelings about your day, your life, people in your life, whatever you need to talk about to really get to like your raw feelings and also get to know yourself better. And number 2 is what I like to call a time capsule journal. And that is where you document your day and just whatever happened in it. So you write about your day, what you did, who you saw, what you liked about that day, what you didn't like about that day, just however you want to recap it yourself. If you want ideas on my own daily, weekly, and monthly recaps, I go over those in my ecosystem video, but if you want to come up with your own, that's fine too. Number 3 is morning pages. Morning pages are 3 pages of stream of consciousness writing that you do first thing in the morning. And they are a super cool way to just get all of your thoughts outside of your head and onto the paper so you are ready to take on a new day. Number 4 is a brain dump journal. So this is a perfect place to go with just anything that you need. You can come at it with video ideas. You can come at it with a to-do list. You can come at it with grocery lists. You can put whatever you want into a brain dump journal. Just anything that pops into your head that needs written down, you write it down there. Number 5 is a commonplace book. A commonplace book is this awesome place to just compile all this various information and facts that you've gained from other sources. And so you can write down different facts, you can write down different quotes, you can write down recipes, you can write down lyrics, you can write down whatever you want as long as it comes from other sources. And you can also talk about your feelings about them in your commonplace journal. There are many videos that show you how to keep a commonplace journal, and so I highly recommend some of those. Number 6 is a pocket notebook. I think a pocket notebook is a perfect alternative to a phone notes app because it's this perfect little place for you to write down whatever idea just popped into your head without getting distracted, and also have a nice place to look back on it so you won't forget about it. Number 7 is a gratitude journal. I think this is really important because it puts you in a positive mindset and it makes you think about what you're grateful for, and I like to write why. I don't just like to write what I'm grateful for and then close the journal. I like to write about what I'm grateful for and why I'm grateful for it because I really like to get in the headspace of being appreciative for that person, place, thing, whatever it is. Number 8 is an affirmation journal. I love affirmations. I think they are super cool. You can look for them online. You can make up your own based on whatever you need to feel better about. Just make up a journal of affirmations that you can look at every morning and peruse and flip through the pages and just inspire yourself with all of the different things that you've written in there. Number 9 is a scripting journal. So scripting is a manifestation technique where you write about what you have from the perspective of you who already has it. And I don't even think you need to be into manifestation to do this kind of journal. I just think that it's a cool exercise to figure out what you want from your life, because you write down about all the nitty-gritty details, like who are you? Like, what do you eat in the morning? What's your morning routine? Who do you hang around? Like, what are your ideals? What do you dress like? Where do you live? Just all these details about yourself that you would write in a regular diary entry, but you write about the perspective from your dream self. Number 10 is a goals journal. So you write about all your different goals. This can be long-term goals, this can be short-term goals, it could be a goal for every single day. It's just all the different goals that you have for yourself and your life, you can write them down in this journal. And if you want to go a little bit more widespread with it, you can do number 11, which is a resolutions journal. So your resolutions and your goals from the beginning of the year. Or if you're like me, I like to go over them mid-year too to make sure they still align and everything. Number 12 is a life audit journal. Now, a life audit is a process of evaluating your life and how satisfied you are with it. So you think about your life in different categories like finances, relationships, spirituality, physical health, mental health, all of these different categories. There's a lot of resources on life audits online for you to find inspiration. There are even these wheels where you like color in how satisfied you are with each thing, and you can get a visual representation of how you feel about everything, or you can just write it down with words in the journal. Number 13 is a memory journal. I think this is super cute. You just write down anything that you want to remember. So if something funny happened to you in 7th grade, you write it down. Did your friend give you a really thoughtful gift today? Write it down. Just whatever you want to write that you want to keep in your mind from your life, write it down so you don't forget it. Number 14 is a life story journal. Write about you and your whole entire life, from what you can remember to where you are now. I think this would be an amazing keepsake for children or just anybody that you want to give it to, and you just write about your whole life story as if you were documenting it for like some type of book, but it's just for you and whoever you choose to show it to. So write about your entire life. And 15 is life lessons. So, what lessons have you learned in life, either directly from other people or from circumstances that have happened to you? What are the most important lessons that you've learned in your life that you would like to keep and pass on to someone if you choose to, because this would be another good keepsake. Number 16 is milestones. So you can write about special events that have happened to you. So you can write about the day you graduated. You can write about the day you got your first boyfriend. You can write about when you, I don't know, won that, made that first $1,000. Like, I don't know. You can write about all different milestones in your life, and whatever you want to keep and remember is just whatever you write down. Number 17 is a habit tracker. This is simple. You just track your habits. You can write them down in a list. You can make a graph. You can do whatever you want. You can track it daily, weekly, monthly, just anywhere for you to keep track of your habits and see how you're doing with them, so you can evaluate what's going right, what's going wrong, and what to do from there. Now, while you're tracking your habits, you might as well track your sleep with a sleep tracker journal. So you can track how long you slept. If you have one of those body trackers, you can track the quality of sleep. You can write about what you did that evening and how it affected your sleep. Like, say you stayed on your phone until 11 o'clock at night and then you got really shitty sleep, or you actually did like this really awesome morning routine and you woke up feeling really refreshed. You can write about that and just find different patterns of how long you like to sleep, what you like to do before bed, and figure out the best routines for you. And if you're keeping a sleep tracker, you can also keep a dream journal. So this is just a little place for you to write down all the weird, wacky, and interesting things that happen in your brain when you go to sleep. And if you're into the symbolism of dreams, you can even do research on your dreams and write down what those things may mean. And 20 is a meditation journal. So you can write all about meditation. You can write how long you meditated, when you meditated, what audio you listened to when you meditated, if you did. You can write about what came across your mind while you meditated, what kind of revelations you had, just anything about the meditation process. Number 21 is an inspirations journal. I really like this one because I'm so passionate about people finding their inspirations and just doing things that inspire them. And so whatever inspires you, whether it's a person, a thing, like anything that inspires you, write it down in this journal. And I feel like it would be so helpful for when your creative cup is empty, you can look back on it and see everything that inspires you and makes you feel good. Number 22 is quotes. So you can write down quotes from all different kinds of places that are meaningful to you. You can go by category. You can write quotes about love, quotes about friendship, quotes about this or that, or you can just write down general quotes that you find through day to day. And it doesn't have to be this fancy quote from a scholar from 50,000 years ago. It can be from a Tumblr post. Just anything that you like and that is meaningful to you is what you should write down. You can also make a lyrics journal. So just a journal dedicated to lyrics from all of your favorite songs. And you can make playlists in this journal. You can write songs that remind you of summer. You can make a morning playlist. You can just do whatever you want. Just write lyrics to all your favorite songs. Hello, quick change in angle because I forgot to say music journal. I was gonna transition from lyrics journal to say if you want to make a more general journal about music, you can. You can write about your favorite artists, you can write facts about them, you can write about all of their albums, you can list your favorite songs, you can do album reviews, you can just do whatever you want and make a whole album about music. And if you watch more movies or TV, you can make a movies or TV journal. And so that is where you can keep track of all of the things that you watch, how you liked them, who was in them, like any details that you like to keep about the media that you watch, write it down in this journal. And if you like gaming, you can make a gaming journal. I think this is super cute. I've tried to keep one of these digitally, but I didn't keep up with it. But you can write like what games you played, when you started playing them, how long you play each day, what are your total hours in the game, what do you love about it, what do you love about the characters, who's your favorite characters, who's your least favorite, like anything that you like about the games, just write about them. And 27 is a reading journal. There are so many ideas of reading journals online and everything for you to keep, but you can write about the books that you read, the author, when you started, when you finished, what you thought about it, your rating, everything that you liked or disliked, pretty much like the gaming journal, but just for reading. And 28 is an art journal, and I don't mean a sketchbook, I mean an art journal. So this is all about art that you love. Do you have a favorite artist? What art do you like? What kind of emotions does it evoke in you? How do you feel when you look at the specific painting or when you go to the specific museum? Write all about the art that you love. And 29 is if you would like to mix all of those kinds of things together and write your reviews for them, you can write a reviews journal. So whenever you finish a movie or you look at a piece of art or you read a new book, you can write your review for it and how you felt about it, what you liked about it, and all of the little details that you want to include, you can write in the review journal. Number 30 is a sketchbook. So this one you can draw in, and it's just this place for you to be creative, for you to doodle, for you to make masterpieces, or for you to make the shittiest little stick figures anybody has ever seen, because nobody will see it, and it's for your own benefit. So even if you're not good at drawing, it's a skill, it's not a talent, and so you just need to build it up. So if you like drawing, I highly recommend that you use a journal for a sketchbook. 31 is a junk journal or a creative journal. So a junk journal is where you use various ephemera to decorate the pages, and ephemera is all of those little things that are inconsequential and probably going to get thrown away, but you can keep for keepsakes, like tags and receipts and wrapping paper and bags, just anything that you can use to put on the pages. Or you could just do a creative journal where you print out pictures and make pretty backgrounds and just make collages dedicated to things you like or days in your life, whatever you want. And number 32 is a scrapbook if you're more of a picture person. I think that photos are so just disconnected and intangible these days, just stuck on our camera rolls in our phones. I feel like we don't look back on them enough. I feel like they just kind of get lost in all of the noise. And so I think that if you were to parse through your camera roll and pick your favorite pictures and print them out and put them in a real physical space, that it would be like something that really lifts you up and makes you feel good, and it would be a good keepsake as well. Number 33 is a sticker book. So they actually make special journals for stickers where it has these waxy pages so you can stick them on and not have to worry about using them forever. So you can make your own special sticker spreads, whatever you want to do, but you can also just use a normal journal and just sticker bomb the whole page. Make a collage solely out of stickers. Just whatever you want to do with your stickers, put it in a sticker journal. Next is a bullet journal. You can get really creative or really productive with this one. It comes in both facets, so you can do like calendars and daily planners or weekly planners. You could do mood trackers. You can do whatever you want in this journal. There are so many examples online for bullet journals, and I think it's a great way to fill a journal. Number 35 is poetry. I feel like this is an underrated creative form of expression that people could try. And so I feel like you could try to write poetry. And remember that no one has to see what's in your journal for any of these ideas. And so you can write haikus, you can write sonnets, you can write poems that don't have no rhyme scheme. You can write in iambic pentameter. You can write whatever you want to do, however you want to make your poetry, just make it your own. And then next is 36, and that is creative writing. So if you don't want to do poetry, you're more into like fictional writing, you can have a creative writing journal. So this could be for short stories or longer stories. If you are a writer, it can be for whole ass novels. Like whatever you want to do, just write your stories in that journal. And if you do decide to do that, you can do 37, which is a world building journal. So this is where you can flesh out your world and your characters, do character building, just make your world and your fictional stories feel really real and special. Number 38 is a swatches journal. So obviously this could be a place to swatch things like markers and pens, but it can also be a place to swatch things like paint or even pieces of yarn from your crochet projects or little fabric pieces from things you sew, just swatches from any creative project or endeavor that you have. Number 39 is a sewing journal. So speaking of little scraps of fabric, you can write all about your projects, what patterns you're using, when you started it, how the process is going, what measurements you use, like anything that you want to keep track of for your projects, you can put in a whole journal dedicated to sewing. And then if you're more into fiber arts, you can do number 40, which is a crochet or a knitting journal. So it's the same thing. You can write about patterns you used or patterns you're making. You can write down your patterns. You can write about what yarn you use. You can write all of the details for your creative crochet and knitting projects in the journal. And 41, if you don't like to do crochet projects or knitting projects, or if you just want a project in general, make a project journal. I think that everybody should have a creative project or just a silly little project that they're working on. So whether you're making something or researching something, just whatever you want to do to have like a little project, just put it in the journal. Number 42 is essays. If you really like to research stuff for fun, if you're looking to maybe start a Substack but you're kind of scared, just write it all in the journal and you can keep it for yourself or share it with other people in the future. It's all up to you. Number 43 is a target language journal. So it's what it sounds like. You keep a journal in your target language that you're learning. So I have a goal of doing this someday with Korean, but I want to be able to journal in Korean and write all about like my thoughts or various things in Korean to be fluent enough to be able to do that. And so I think that that is a really unique idea for you to practice your fluency and your writing skills. Number 44 is a travel journal. So you can write about all your travels all over the place, whether it is to the next town over, state over, country over, continent, wherever you go. You can write all about your travels. You can include pictures and maps and mementos, just like a junk journal. You can put anything that you want in there about traveling. Number 45 is a holiday or event journal. So if you want to record about your life, but it's a little bit too daunting to do too often, you can just write about various holidays or special events in your life. Like you can write about a wedding, you can write about a graduation, you can write about Christmas and your traditions, you can write about whatever holidays or events that you celebrate and are important to you. Number 46 is more mundane, and that's a daily snapshot. And this is just where you record whatever you want to keep track of for each day. So if you wanted to keep track of the weather, keep track of the weather. If you wanted to keep track of the moon phase, keep track of the moon phase. If you want to keep track of how many bowls of cereal you ate that day, keep track of how many bowls of cereal you ate that day. Just whatever you want to keep track of that day, make a little daily snapshot and make a little template for whatever you choose to record, and just repeat that every day for your daily snapshot. And if you want to go more simple than that, you can just do one sentence a day. And this is just where you write one sentence to summarize your entire day. It can be a sentence about something that happened. It could be a sentence about how you feel about the day. It could be a quote from somebody, just one sentence to summarize the entire day. And to go even simpler than that, you can do one word a day. I think this one is really fun because it can either bring up really fun memories or make you question yourself when you look back on it in the future. So I think that one word a day to summarize is just a really fun way to use a journal. You could also write about one good thing a day. So this is anything good that happened to you or anything good about the day, whether it's that the sun was out or you ate a really good cinnamon roll. Just what is one good thing about the day? Keep track of it every single day. Something else you could keep track of is your little victories. So what did you accomplish that day? No matter if it's big or small, especially if it's small, still celebrate yourself and all of the things that you get done during the day. I don't care if it's that you got out of bed at 3 p.m. It's the fact that you finally got out of bed when you weren't feeling like it. That is something to celebrate. So whatever your little victory of the day is worth writing down and worth celebrating. Number 51 is just lists. You can write down all sorts of lists. You can write lists of your favorite things. You can write lists of your pet peeves. You can write lists of your favorite flavors of ice cream. You can make any sort of type of list. I'm sure there's ideas online for different lists too, but I think that would be kind of a unique way to fill a journal, is just different lists of things that are important to you or that you like or don't like, whatever it is, just write lists. 52 is a favorites journal. So this is all about your favorite things. You can write about your favorite people, your favorite animals, your favorite events, your favorite places, just anything that you really love. Write about your favorite things. Number 53 is a messages journal. So I think this is kind of a fun idea, and it is just recording messages that you share with people. So things that people have said to you, or messages that they've like texted you, emailed you, whatever it is, and you want to keep it, you can write it down or take a screenshot and print it out and paste it. Just different messages that you've gotten from people. So did somebody send you something really funny, or did somebody say something that made you think like all day because it was so like revolutionary? Just messages that are important to you that got sent to you by other people, so it creates this fun little snapshot of you and your relationships. And 54 is unsent letters. So if you have messages that you want to send to people or things you want to say to people but you can't, you can write a letter in your journal and just be comforted by the fact that nobody else will ever see it, and this is a chance for you to be honest and real and write whatever you're feeling about what you can't say to somebody else. And while you're writing letters to other people, you can also write letters to yourself. And this could be your future self, your past self, your current self, your self from 2 days ago, whatever self that you need to hear from or comfort, whatever it is, you can write a letter to that form of you. Number 56 is a therapy notebook. So this is for if you attend therapy, you can write notes from therapy, you can write the things your therapist says, you can write down all of the things that you've gleaned from the session and your takeaways, you can write down the homework that they've given you, just anything that you think is important from your therapy sessions. And if you can't afford therapy or attend therapy, because I know it's not accessible for everyone, you can have a venting journal. I do advise you to exercise caution with this one because I feel like it can get too negative too fast if you are constantly stewing over the wrong things like every single day. But just in moderation, I feel like it's good to have a venting journal. So if you have this really shitty interaction with someone, you can vent about it on paper. And, you know, when we all enact like imaginary arguments in our head, you can write down your arguments. Like, you can do whatever you want. Or if you're just really fucking sad, vent about that. Like, whatever you need to put out of your head and onto the page, do it in your venting journal. Number 58 is a prayer journal, and this is where if you are traditionally religious or just spiritual, you can write down different prayers and everything that you want to keep in there. And if you are spiritual, you can do some of the next few ideas. And the next idea is an astrology journal. So you can write all about astrology. You can write down all the facts about your birth chart, all information about the different signs, or if you're learning about it, you can write down your research as you go along, just a notebook about astrology. The next is a tarot journal. This is something that I used to keep when I first started tarot in 2021, and I wish I kept it up because it's so fun to look back on. But you can write about the cards that you pull, you can write about your intuitive reading of the cards, you can write about the official meaning of the cards. This can just be a tarot research journal where you do a bunch of research on the history or the meaning of the cards. Like, it can be whatever you want it to be. The next is if you're a little witchy, you can make a book of shadows. And so basically a book of shadow is a witch's journal. So you write down like different things that you're trying or different experiences that you've had. You just write down like little spells that you've tried or things here and there. It's all just to document your little witchy journey. And if you want to get more official, you can make a grimoire. If a book of shadows is a journal, then a grimoire is a textbook. So this is an official place to write spells that you know work and write about different like herbs and stuff. It's more just informational. The next one can be witchy or it can be totally mundane, and that is a garden or a nature journal. So if you keep a flower garden, you can write about all the different flowers that you keep. If you keep a food garden, you can write about all the different like vegetables and things that you're growing. If you like to be out in nature, you can just write about all the things that you see in nature, the different plants that you like to identify, like anything that you like to write about when it comes to nature, just put it in the journal. You could also make a recipes journal. So this is just where you write down the recipes to the meals that you like to cook. Or it can be more of an experimental thing and you can write down every recipe you try and then write down your experiences afterwards. Did you love it? Did you fucking hate it? What ingredients did you really like in the taste of it? What ingredients could you have left out? Just write down different things in your recipe journal. And lastly, for 65, we have a budgeting journal. You can write down your expenses for the month. You can write down what you're spending on and what category it's in. You can make wish lists, just anything involving money and budgeting you can put in that journal. And so we did it. We got through all 65 ideas of how to fill empty journals. I hope that at least one of these resonated with you and that you found something useful to fill your new journal with, because journals are meant to be used. Don't let the pretty journals just sit on your shelf for years like I did with this one and not use it because, oh, it's too pretty, I'm too scared. It's meant to be used. It's meant to be treasured. Like, to be loved is to be changed. And so love your journal. Change it by transforming it into your own creation. Like, I highly encourage you to use your empty journals. And so that is all from me today. I really appreciate you, especially if you made it this far into the video. I love you so much. I really hope to see you again, but if I don't, then just have a nice life. I hope you have a nice day, and I hope you take care of yourself, and I will see you next time. Mwah!